Good morning, beloveds. It's been a stormy couple of days, except it's been storming overnight. So we've had lots of lightning and thunder overnight, and kind of a light rain during the day. So it's been interesting. And right now, Houston is sitting between two storms. There's one below us and one above us. I don't know what today is going to be like. So, but it's definitely cooler. So I'm enjoying the last blast of cool air while we get it. All right. This book is too big for you to do this. Okay. It is April 7th. Our author today is Doris Jones. It is from her memorial program, which is December 2008. And I don't know what it is. So let's get into it. Okay. April 7th. The Essential Doris Jones. Our lives evolve because it is the nature of the universe. So get out of the way and allow yourself to develop. Out of doubt comes great wisdom. Feelings are built-in guides. Race consciousness is mostly unconscious. To the degree we buy into it, it affects our beliefs. We get what we want when we're ready to receive it. To make changes, we must own our life the way it is. Oneness. Think of a pot of stew that needs more salt. Your old beliefs have run your life long enough. All spiritual truths give us permission to trust. Don't ignore fear. It is there for a reason. Substitute consciousness for chemicals. What was that fear intending to show you? There is no way you can salt part of the stew. God is not finished with me, and I am not finished with God. Oh my God, there's so much in here. I don't even know where to start. Wow. I mean, this is like just packed full of, I think you could talk for an hour about this. I don't know who Doris Jones is, but now I'm curious. And she's right about fear. I reference it every once in a blue moon. There was a terrible Will Smith movie, and I cannot remember the name of it, but in the movie he says, the danger is real, fear is a choice. And I think that's what she's saying. It's like, don't ignore fear. It's there for a reason. Because because there is something that you need to do. You need to take care of. There is a choice that you can make. But once you are aware of the fear, it's like, okay, wait, I'm afraid. I feel the fear. What is it that I need to make a choice about? That is a big one. So what is the fear intending to show you? That's really what that is. I'm not sure what to do with oneness. Think of a pot of stew that needs more salt. I'm not sure, but I do like down here at the end where she says, there's no way that you can salt part of the stew. And that is the truth. What you want for yourself, you have to want for everybody. What you want for another, you have to want for everybody. There's no way you can salt part of the stew. That is an excellent way to put that. And she's got that statement very clear. Your old beliefs have run your life long enough. It's time to make a new choice. It is absolutely time to make a new choice. Feelings are built-in guides. Yes, that is very science of mind. What a belief is thought wrapped in feelings. And so what is it that we are, okay, what is it that we believe? Well, check your feelings and see. They will tell you, what's going on. And that's where your power is, where your feelings are wrapped. So it's like, if you've got a whole lot of energy, if you've got a whole lot of feelings around a situation you don't like, you need to check what those feelings are, because, and then make choices based on that. It's like, okay, there's a situation. I'm very unhappy about this situation. I don't like the situation. So now what choices are you making to get out of that situation? Because the more feelings you have about that situation, the universe is going, oh, you want more of this? Make a different choice. And then she says race consciousness is mostly unconsciousness. I've never heard anybody put it that way. But because she goes on to say, to the degree we buy into it, it affects our beliefs. So yeah, race consciousness is mostly unconsciousness. There's a whole lot of things that humanity itself believes, and we get to choose how much we are going to buy into that. And the less we buy into, or the more we make different choices, and the more of us that make different choices, we have the power to change the race consciousness. But yeah, I've never heard it put that way. Race consciousness is mostly unconscious. That's good stuff. I think we're going to have to try out the line, out of doubt comes great wisdom. But when we doubt, we check ourselves. So maybe. Or when we doubt and we fall or fail, yeah, you learn a lot in failure. Failure is very important to the learning process. And honestly, I will remind you, one of the things that I say about failure is you never truly fail unless you stop. So, we get what we want when we're ready to receive it. To make changes, we must own our life the way it is. Those two lines right there. We get what we want when we're ready to receive it. I've learned that. That's why I know we have to, that's why we have to ask for things. Yes, God knows what you need. But until you are willing to ask for it, you're not ready to receive it. God can't give you what you're not ready to receive. So you gotta be willing to ask for it, and then you gotta be willing to receive it. And then to make changes, we must own our life the way it is. Oh, ouch, right? Sometimes we look at our life and we go, wow, this life is really messy. How did it get this way? Well, you know what? We got to own it before we can change it. We got to look at each little part and go, well, I can make a different choice here. All right, Doris Jones, I don't know who you are, but this one, April 7th, is packed with all kinds of just really amazing things. We're just packed full of just punchy little, yeah. And I like the last line. God is not finished with me, and I am not finished with God. You on a mission today? That's it. Our lives evolve because it is the nature of the universe. Our lives can change. We can make different choices. And it really comes down to God isn't finished with us. And we're not finished with God. We got to co-create together. All right? God is not going to walk away from the table. And we can choose the illusion of getting up and walking away from the table, but even we can't get up and walk away from the table. So God isn't finished with us. We aren't finished with God. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to come back to the table. Come back to the table. She gave us all of that great thing, all of those great little punchy things. You can't salt part of the stew. Race consciousness is mostly unconscious. It's so good in there. Come back to the table. God isn't finished with you. That's the mission today. All right, beloveds. Okay. Wow. I didn't know what I was going to get. And jumping in the middle, like 4 months in, we're starting in April, we're not leading into this gradually. We're just jumping in feet first. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I don't know who Doris Jones is, but maybe I want to go look now. And there's information in the book to tell you who some of these authors are. So now I'm going to go look. But mission today. So the other part, I gave you a mission. Whatever the mission is, it's the same mission every day, just different words, maybe a different way to come at the mission. The second part is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like, big or small. Point is to practice. We are called practitioners for a reason, because we practice. Practice makes permanent. All right. That's why I encourage you every day to practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You are also your own best test subject. You get immediate feedback when you're practicing on yourself. And I give you hints like take a deep breath before you speak. That is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do just about any time, especially when you are held by a strong emotion. So take that deep breath before you speak. Take a nap, take a walk. Whatever else is self-care. I talk about it as the spiritual practice of love, kindness, and compassion. It is absolutely about self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first. And then you can take better care of everybody else. For those of us who live a life of service, that is something that is very, very important and not something we are taught, to take care of ourselves. When we want to be of service to others, the first thing we have to do is take care of ourselves. Absolutely. That is why I say it every day. And it is about creating a well-worn path to the source of your own being, to the source, the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. When you practice on yourself, you create a bank, but you also create a relationship with that bank manager so that when you go to cash that love, kindness, and compassion, the bank manager is always there. Yep, the bank manager is never going to say no to you. So get to know the bank manager. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about spirit. So create that well-worn path. Make sure that bank manager knows who you are. So when you need a little extra, or you meet people who need a little extra, it's at your fingertips. All right. And I'm going to remind you, it is also about making room for joy. Absolutely making room for joy. Love, kindness, and compassion. Your life is a special occasion. And no matter what is going on in the world, you deserve love, kindness, and compassion. You deserve joy. Make room for that. Experience that. Yes, there is work to be done, and the work will get done. But you have time to make room for your own joy. Please practice on yourself. Don't save the good stuff. All right. Which is my way of saying, eat dessert first. Okay. All right. Where was I? I'm moving into, I don't even know. Oh, right. All the other suggestions. I guess my talk is my part is shifting a little bit now. So do something to engage your mind and body, unless today is your day of rest. Today is my day of rest. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it's hydrated. I do encourage you to get early in your day, bright light. We haven't seen the sun for about 4 days now. So I'm definitely using the artificial light to reset those circadian rhythms, that hormone balance. That's what I'm talking about. The light literally does stimulate your hormones. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It is science. You can look it up. So please avail yourself of, as simple as bright light early in your day. It's amazing. It's amazing. Our bodies are pretty amazing in the things that they can do. So avail yourself of bright light early in your day. And then open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Okay? If race consciousness is unconsciousness, heaven is consciousness. That's what we're talking about. Because heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. And once we learn that, and once we learn to create it for ourselves, the really amazing thing about that is nobody can take it away from us. You want to talk about grace? That's grace. We come pre-installed with the Christ consciousness. That's what we call it in the West, Christ consciousness. And the password to that is love. If you want to emulate the master teacher, Jesus Christ, then love is the way you do it. Love is the way you do it. So please avail yourself of that. I just heard one of the most amazing things. There's a guy in Austin, his name's Alan Graham, who is creating a community of tiny houses for the homeless. And what he said was, what we want people to preach, to preach the gospel often, and only when necessary use words. And I just went, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So he has created this little heaven for these people that desperately need it. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. He's putting actions behind his words. And that's what we're talking about. Putting action behind our words. So heaven is a state of mind. It's amazing. It's amazing. Practice on yourself. Practice. Yeah. And take him as advice. Look for the good and praise it. I'm just floored by that. So, loaves and fishes. Loaves and fishes. Okay. It was just a really cool news story, and I'm still flabbergasted by it. So there we are. Okay. Look for the good and praise it. That will get you, gratitude will get you into a heavenly state of mind quicker than anything else. All right. It's all God. It's all God. Everything around us. It is the unseen moving into the seen, which then will go back into the unseen, but it's all the same source. All the same source. It's the choices that we make with what we do with it that's so important. And that's what Doris was talking about today. Make your choices. Make your choices. All right. I think I'm at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and those hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it will take you right to the information you want, i.e. one of the things that we are so proud of on our YouTube channel is our Soul Session playlist. And we've got a new Soul Session coming up, so that'll be really cool. And so, I think I've just decided to change that title. Okay, which is neither here nor there. I think I'm going to change it to a powerful voice. Yeah. Okay. A powerful voice for change. Maybe that's even better. Okay. So, email info@creativelife.org. Also on the Sunday Soul, if you go to the website, which is creativelife.org, if you go to Sunday Talks, it'll take you right to the playlist, the YouTube channel. There's good stuff on there. Okay. And I have been working on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel as well. So there's good stuff there too. Okay. Oh, I just need to take a deep breath. And encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a get to know yourself day, a remember you can't salt part of the stew day, a remember that race consciousness is mostly unconsciousness, a remember that our feelings are built-in guides day, a good day. If that is too much pressure, simply have a day because you are enough just as you are. As I've said before and will say again, you are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in action. You are God in motion. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right. I've said this. You may be the only Bible that someone ever reads. And I think that's what Alan Graham was saying today. It's like, preach the gospel, but do it with your actions, not your words. Show people the God of your understanding. And that's exactly what he's doing. And it's amazing. And I heard that message twice today. Because that's Kristen Chenoweth was also on. And she was like, look, God is love. This is the God I want you to know from me. And she walks her walk. So, all right. You may be the only sacred literature somebody ever reads. Are you showing them what you really believe in? Okay. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. I'm really doing it at 9:15 now, so it is what it is. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.